Greetings, Reds, and welcome back to MUFC Corner, your home for all the latest Manchester United news, transfer updates, and deep dive analysis. Today, we're unpacking a transfer story that's stirring up both frustration and reflection among United fans. The saga of Alvaro Carreras, his impending move from Benfica to Real Madrid, and what it means for Manchester United's finances, reputation, and youth policy. Let's start by setting the scene. Alvaro Carreras, a talented Spanish wingback who came through United's academy, was sold to Benfica last summer for €6 million plus add-ons after a successful loan spell in Portugal. At the time, many fans questioned why such a promising player was allowed to leave, and why the fee seemed so low for a player with clear technical ability and attacking flair. The answer, it seemed, lay in a lack of faith from then-manager Erik ten Hag, who had doubts about Carreras' defensive skills and whether he could adapt to the Premier League's physical demands. Carreras' primary strength was always going forward, making him a natural wingback, ironically, the exact profile that would later become ideal for Ruben Amorim's 3-4-3 system. Fast forward to this summer, Real Madrid, always on the lookout for the next big thing, have set their sights on Carreras. After weeks of negotiations, reports from Portugal's A Bola confirmed that Madrid and Benfica have agreed on a formula for the transfer. The final fee is expected to be around €45 million, just shy of Carreras' €50 million release clause. The deal is expected to be finalized soon, with only minor details, such as agent fees and payment structure, left to resolve. For Manchester United, this deal is a double-edged sword. On one hand, the club included a sell-on clause when they sold Carreras, meaning they're entitled to a percentage of the profit Benfica makes from this transfer. On the other hand, the specifics of that clause have left fans disappointed. Early reports and fan speculation suggested United would receive a 40% cut of the profit, which would have meant a windfall of around €20 million if Madrid paid the full release clause. However, it's now confirmed that the actual sell-on percentage is only 20%. With the expected fee at €45 million, United's share is set to be just €9 million, about £7.7 million. Let's break down what this means in practical terms. United sold Carreras for €6 million, had a €20 million buyback clause, and a 20% sell-on clause. Many fans and analysts thought United might exercise the buyback in January, especially as Carreras' stock continued to rise and Real Madrid's interest became public. There was even speculation that United could buy him back for €20 million, then immediately sell him to Madrid for €50 million, pocketing a €30 million profit. But instead, United opted to sign Patrick Dorgu for Amorim, leaving Carreras' future to unfold elsewhere. Why did United not act? There are a few possible explanations. First, perhaps the club still had doubts about Carreras' defensive abilities, or maybe the player himself wasn't interested in returning to Manchester, preferring to continue his development in Southern Europe. Second, the new Ineos ownership and sporting leadership may have prioritized other targets for Amorim's system, believing Dorgu or other options offered better value or a higher ceiling. Third, it's possible that the club simply didn't want to get involved in a bidding war or complicate negotiations with Benfica and Madrid. Whatever the reason, the outcome is clear. United will receive a modest sum from the deal, but nowhere near what might have been possible with a higher sell-on clause or a more aggressive approach to Carreras' future. For a club seeking to maximize every revenue stream and rebuild smartly under Ineos, this feels like a missed opportunity. The reaction from United fans has been predictably mixed. On one side, some supporters are glad the club will at least receive some income from a player who never made a senior appearance for the first team. After all, €9 million is better than nothing, and the money can be reinvested in the squad or the academy. On the other side, there's a sense of frustration and regret. Many fans saw Carreras' potential early on and can't understand why the club didn't fight harder to keep him, or at least structure a deal that would have yielded a bigger return if he fulfilled his promise elsewhere. This situation also raises broader questions about United's approach to youth development and player sales. In recent years, the club has produced talented youngsters, some of whom have flourished elsewhere after leaving Old Trafford. The challenge for any big club is balancing the need to give young players opportunities with the pressure to win now. In Carreras' case, it seems United may have erred on the side of caution, letting a potential star slip through their fingers for a relatively small fee. For context, Carreras' profile has only grown since joining Benfica. He's excelled as a marauding wingback, contributing goals and assists while showcasing the attacking qualities that made him stand out in United's academy. His performances in the Portuguese league and in Europe caught the eye of scouts from top clubs, and Real Madrid's willingness to pay close to his release clause is a testament to his progress. For Madrid, he fits the mold of a modern fullback, quick, technical, and dangerous in the final third. From a tactical perspective, it's particularly ironic that Carreras would have been a perfect fit for Ruben Amorim's preferred 3-4-3 formation at United. Under Amorim, wingbacks are expected to provide width, drive forward, and contribute to both attack and defense. Carreras' strengths align perfectly with these demands, and it's easy to imagine him thriving in United's new-look system. Instead, the club opted for Dorgu, leaving fans to wonder what might have been if Carreras had been given a chance to shine at Old Trafford. Financially, the deal is a reminder of the importance of smart contract structuring and forward planning. Sell-on clauses are a common feature in modern transfers, designed to ensure that a selling club benefits if a player's value skyrockets after leaving. In this case, the difference between a 20% and a 40% sell-on clause is significant, potentially costing United millions in lost revenue. For a club looking to rebuild and invest wisely, every euro counts, and this episode will likely prompt a review of how such clauses are negotiated in the future. There's also a lesson here about timing and decisiveness. Had United exercised the buyback clause in January, they could have potentially doubled or even tripled their money in a matter of months. Instead, the club hesitated, and the opportunity slipped away. In a transfer market where margins are tight and competition is fierce, being proactive can make all the difference. Looking ahead, what does this mean for United's summer plans? The €9 million windfall is a welcome boost, but it's unlikely to move the needle significantly in terms of transfer spending. Instead, the focus will remain on making smart, targeted signings that fit Amorim's vision and the club's financial framework. The Carreras saga will serve as a cautionary tale, a reminder that every decision, from academy development to contract negotiations, can have long-term consequences for the club's fortunes. For Carreras himself, the move to Real Madrid is a dream come true. He'll join one of the world's biggest clubs, compete for major honors, and continue his development under the brightest lights. For Benfica, the deal represents a tidy profit on a player they developed further after signing him from United. For United, it's a case of what might have been, a talented academy graduate flourishing elsewhere, with only a modest financial reward to show for it. In closing, the Alvaro Carreras transfer saga is a microcosm of the challenges facing modern football clubs. Balancing youth development, squad needs, financial realities, and long-term planning is never easy. For Manchester United, the hope is that lessons learned from this episode will inform better decisions in the future, ensuring that the next Carreras to come through the academy is given every chance to succeed at Old Trafford, or at the very least, that the club maximizes its return if he moves on. What do you think about the Carreras deal? Should United have done more to keep him or secure a bigger payday? How do you feel about the club's approach to youth development and contract negotiations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Manchester United news, transfer updates, and fan debate here on MUFC Corner. Up the Reds!